G'day, it's Adam Spry here again. Today we're going to discuss some hockey rules that sort of sometimes get missed or misinterpreted. Okay, it's to do with the overhead or throwing the ball in the air, the aerial ball. The first part is from 9.9. It refers to hitting the ball in the air. You're not allowed to deliberately hit the ball in the air. However, you can scoop or flick the ball, which is called an overhead. Okay. The first part of that states when you are flicking the ball in the air, the player of the opposition, so actually here is a demonstration today, the player of the opposition, if they are within the 5 metres, alright, then they, when you overhead the ball directly over their head, it will be there for a hit because you're creating danger. So as an example, the cones represent 5 metres today. Ashley's within the 5 metres. I'll throw the overhead over Ashley's head. Okay, that represents danger. Okay, so you're not allowed to do that. Ashley has to be at least 5 metres away, so step back for me, Ashley. Alright, if she's that far away and you throw the ball, it's considered safe, provided it's not going to hit the player. Alright, the next point is, Ashley, just move her close to me again, step to the inside here, step inside. Alright, if Ashley's not directly in line with where I'm throwing the ball, alright, and it goes past her shoulder or either side of her, it's not considered danger. Okay, so as an example, Ashley's off to my right slightly. If I throw it down the line, which I'm going to do now, right, it's not considered dangerous at all. Alright, so that's the first part, 9.9. It refers to overheading the ball, right, and also the distance of the opposition player to you when you are throwing the overhead. The next rule is 9.10. Players must not approach within 5 metres, alright, of the opponent receiving the ball. Alright, so when you're throwing an overhead, if you throw the overhead and they are not within 5 metres and the person who's receiving it is clearly going to receive the ball, alright, then when they do that, if they're not within the 5 metres but they run up inside the 5 metres after the overhead's been thrown, then it's the receiver's free hit. As an example, down further we have Tyler in the black shirt. He's obviously on my team, and Ashley's the opponent. If I throw Tyler the overhead, Ashley's now currently outside the 5. If I throw the ball and Ashley runs up, it becomes Tyler's free hit. So as an example, ready to go, throw the ball. So clearly Tyler's received, Ashley's run up inside the 5, right, which you're not allowed to do. Right. However, if I throw the overhead and Tyler might clearly be the person receiving the ball, but Ashley's already within the 5 metres and I throw it, I'm considered to be throwing the ball into danger. Okay, so you're not allowed to do that. Alright, so as an example, if they're marking like this, I throw the overhead to Tyler, but Ashley's within the 5, it becomes Ashley's free hit in the blue. Okay. The final point I want to touch on refers back to 9.7, and it refers playing the ball with your stick above your head. Alright, now that's any time of any part of the game. You're not allowed to play the ball with your stick above your shoulders. Okay, so anything above your shoulders is considered dangerous. There is, however, a catch to that. You can play the ball above your shoulders if you are saving a shot at goal. That's the only time you're allowed to do it. Now the reason they brought this rule in, and it's important you understand the intent, is because if you play it above your head and it hits the stick and then it comes down, it's a fair chance it's going to hit you in the face, so it's a safety issue. Alright? However, you've got to remember that sometimes it's difficult to do that. If someone's throwing it overhead and you don't quite read it right, you might just jump and try to play the safe ball. Alright? So it's about the intent. If a player genuinely jumps and tries to keep the stick below their shoulders, alright, it might be a free hit or a breach, but it shouldn't be classed as a deliberate breach. Alright, however, if someone sticks their stick above their head, alright, like that, clearly they're not trying to play within the rules, and it's considered a deliberate breach, and therefore that player can be sent from the field. Alright, now depending on the level, if it's A-grade hockey, you can go straight to a yellow card. Right, so they'll spend at least 5 minutes on the bench, on the sideline. If it's a junior hockey and they're not real sure of the rules, you can start by just giving the green card. Alright, that's a warning. They still have to go off for 2 minutes, but they understand where they went wrong. So within hockey and the rules, it's all about the intent of the rules. The intent of the player marking you here, being within the 5, is so you don't throw the ball directly into the opponent and hurt them. So they've got to be outside the 5 before you throw a safe overhead. Same thing with the receive. If somebody is clearly receiving the ball, the opposition have to give them at least 5 metres to do so. Okay, so they have to be 5 metres away, allow that person to safely receive the ball and play it onto the ground. Okay, if they haven't got that opportunity, then the opposition have done the wrong thing by being within the 5. It's a free hit against the opposition, and that's how the rule's supposed to be blown. Alright, I look forward to your comments. Thank you.